Hey Internet, my name is Zebby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. We are here on board of the Duna Constellation, and in the last episode we arrived back home at Kerbin with the Duna Constellation, and the last thing I want to do is to land the lander on the surface of Kerbin. So let me do some preparations for this. And while I'm doing this, oh no, this was again the wrong button. I wanted to press this button. In the last episode I was thinking about how long does it take me to do the whole Duna flight, and I had a quick look and it was about 30 episodes, or in the 29th episode we returned back to Kerbin after we launched to Duna, and I think this is a really long time and I'm really glad that everything worked out so well. And yeah, this is pretty much amazing. So we launched to Duna in the 54th episode of Kerbal Space Program on Wings, and in the 83rd episode we came back to Kerbin. So it was a really long time that took us to do the whole Duna Constellation mission, and I'm pretty amazed by this, that it went so well and that we are able to finish our Duna Constellation mission right now. And the next thing is, I was talking about or thinking about if I can salvage anything of the Duna Constellation, like salvaging some tanks or reusing the crew capsule. And I'm still not quite sure if I will do this, because on the other hand I can easily launch other fuel tank up to the science station, or I can launch a better developed crew capsule with an antenna or something like this. So in this case I'm not quite sure if I really want to salvage anything or if I just want to deorbit the thing, but I will now keep this thing a little bit longer in orbit and think about this, and at some point I will decide if I will deorbit this or if I will keep this in orbit and salvage parts of it. But right now it's up to Sidram to land the lander back on Kerbin, because we decided that we want to return the lander back to Kerbin and we want to keep it intact, because it might be put into or brought into a museum as the very first interplanetary lander. It landed on Duna, it landed on Ike, and so it's a great achievement for a lander, and in this case we might bring it into a museum, and on the other hand it has no antenna, and so this is also not very useful for a lander. And yeah, that's why I like to return this, and I like to land it somewhere here on the surface, on the land, and not in the ocean. So let me just check out, no, not the science station. Where do I need to do a good maneuver to land where I want to land? Okay, I can do the maneuver almost right away, I guess. Yeah, I could start doing the burn almost right now. So let me... which are the engines? These two pairs. I only will use 2 pairs of engines, because I don't want to use all the engines and I don't want it to refuel every fuel tank, because it just causes more weight and so it's more stress for the structure. And in this case I think 2 engines are good enough. And now let us do our burn and deorbit the lander finally, and return also Sidram back to the surface of Kerbin. And the most dangerous thing so far for Sidram is that the parachutes were already used, and once you have used the parachutes the staging won't work anymore. Even if you repack the chutes, the staging just refuses to deploy the chutes, and so I have to deploy my chutes manually. And I think this could be pretty dangerous maybe. And yeah, in this case I need to be very carefully what I'm doing and when I deploy my chutes. And so this is hopefully an exciting part. And now we have done our deorbit burn. Let us do a time warp to return our lander and to lower the lander. And here we are coming. Okay, let me just retract the solar panels and retract panels. So yeah, once we have landed the lander, I think I will do a short time warp, because then it's up for the Eve Explorer to return back to Kerbin. And yeah, once we have achieved this, we will see. I think then it's up for the dual mission to establish an orbit around Lace, and then finally our dual flyby, the serious mission, will return back to Kerbin. And once we have done these things, only the Elu and the dress mission are going on. And I think at this point it's a good start to do some testings or some preparations for our asteroid capture and redirect mission. So we have to find an asteroid we want to capture, and we want to see where we can rendezvous with it. And a lot of preparations have to be made once we are coming this far. And so yeah, I think these are the plans for the next episodes and for the near future. But right now it's up for Sidrim to hopefully survive the landing. We now have the re-entry effects as we are coming closer to the surface. And I hope we are not landing on a slope or something, or on the mountainous region. I hope instead we will just have a gently landing on the flat area, so that Sidrim has no trouble. And here, now it's again up to the atmosphere to slow us down. We have already done this once with the lander to survive an atmospheric re-entry, but this time it was on Duna and the atmosphere was very thin. So in this case it's a little bit more exciting, or a little bit more stressful for the lander to return now back to Kerbin. But I'm pretty confident that we can do this. And here, so the next thing is, and the landscape underneath us looks quite good. At least I can't see really valleys or high mountains, so I hope everything is in good shape and is in good order. And now we have finished with the re-entry effects. This is very good, and around 10 kilometers of altitude I will pop the first parachutes, maybe these inner ones. Let me now deploy chute and deploy chute to keep the thing straight. And now let's deploy all the inner chutes. Okay, very good, very good. Let's disable SAS and deploy all the other chutes. Oh, we are getting wonky. Deploy chute and deploy chute. Okay, I hope the thing will stabilize. Let me use, I will enable SAS just in case, and I will use a little bit my engines to slow me down even more before the parachutes will open completely, and maybe rip my lander apart or cause some issues with the... I think we lost one parachute. Have I cut it? This would be problematic if I cut one of the chutes. Okay, and we were out of fuel of one of the engines, but the other engine was still running, and we survived it. The lander was not ripped apart. Very good, very good. So let me just extend the gear. I'm not quite sure. I'm running on only 7 parachutes. When I disable SAS, will the thing straighten out? No, it keeps like this, so I think I will use SAS hopefully to... No, it does not do a great work. Maybe I can straighten out it before I will touch the surface. So let me just do... Or can we... I think I would like to watch it from this point of view. This could be interesting. So can I straighten the thing up? I need to... Okay, it starts turning. This is not good. I hope it won't damage us. So let us see how Sidrim will see the landing. We are only a few meters high. What's our speed? 6 meters per second. Okay. And there comes the surface. And touchdown. Okay. This was a gently landing. I guess. Let us see the thing from the outside. Yes, it has no damage at all. It landed successfully on the surface. And yes, Sidrum is back. Sidrum is back. Are we in a different biome? No, not disabled RCS pod. Let me see. Crew report. Kerbal silence. No, we are not. Reset experiments. Okay, Sidrum has returned the lander. Very nice, very nice. So we have finished this. Now it's up to us to do a quick save, and then we want to recover the vessel. Okay, we are back, and we have recovery of a vessel returned from the surface of Ike. This gives us additional 75 signs. This is amazing, okay. Well, we were also on the surface of Duna. Why you forget that we were on the surface of Duna? I think it remembers only the last celestial body it landed on. So yeah, Sidrum returned. Sidrum is back with his mates in the astronaut complex. And we have stored our Duna Constellation, the lander of it, in the museum because it is a very prestigious thingy, prestigious and pretty historic monument of science and technology and so on. So yeah, it is stored now in a museum. And we have still got another 75 signs for doing this. This is amazing. So yeah, I should be very happy about this. And now, after we have done this, I think it's time to do a time warp, and I will bring you in when we have the arrival of the EVA Explorer. And we are back with Henler Kerman, and Henler has already the Kerbin inside. And I think this is Minmus. Can we also see the moon? I think here is Minmus, there is Kerbin, but we can't see the moon. Maybe the moon is hidden behind Kerbin? No, the moon is in front. Where's Minmus? Oh, Minmus is over there, so this is the moon. And Minmus should be somewhere around here. Okay, Minmus is too small to be seen. I think maybe around here there's just a pixel. I don't think you can see this. But yeah, Henler has returned. Henler has now arrived in the sphere of influence of Kerbin. And we have our Kerbin periapsis of 33 kilometers, so this is a very nice altitude to have some aero capture. And as you can see, we have only just a tiny little amount of fuel left, but this is very okay for us because we don't need any more fuel, and this is really amazing. And now let me just check if clock gravity data. No, I don't want to do anything of this. 13 stored data. Okay, everything is stored, everything is prepared. So this is amazing. We now need only to fall back to Kerbin and have our aero capture. And once we have done this, we are hopefully still in orbit around Kerbin, because in 33 kilometers of altitude it should be no problem at all. And once we have done this, we can look for a good landing spot in the ocean, because I really like to have a splashdown, because as I said, splashdowns are much more safe than normal landings on the surface, except you have a lander or something like this. Oh, and we have a view back to the Kerbal Space Center. There we launched several episodes ago. Can we see this also from Henler's view? There's the sun, I guess. Yeah, this is the sun. And where is Kerbin? Oh, there's Kerbin. And can Henler see the Kerbal Space Center? It should be coming up. Yeah, there. There it is. This patch, this bright patch on the surface, on the corner of the coast, this is Kerbal Space Center, and he can see this. This is great. He can wave to his friends waiting for him on the surface. This is great. Okay, I wanted to prepare my re-entry, or my arrival, so I have enough electric charge so I can retract my panels just in case, so that they are not falling off when we are flying through the atmosphere. And then, and in this case, because I like to have Henler doing our entry directly by himself, because he has a parachute on his capsule and he can land on the surface of Kerbin without needed to be picked up like the Duna Constellation crew. And in this case, I think, or I don't have to care about aligning myself in the same plane as the moon, so that we are flying directly over the Kerbal Space Center, so that we have much more easy to do the rendezvous and to do the EVA and the crew exchange. And in this case, I don't have to think about anything like this. I just have to think about that I will finally fall back into the ocean and have a splashdown instead of landing on the normal surface. But I think this shouldn't be no problem at all, and it should be much more easier than, as I said, to have at first the plane change, so that we are in the same plane as the moon, and by doing so, we are also coming all the time directly over Kerbal Space Center, and this gives us a good opportunity to have the rendezvous. But, well, this is just the Eve Explorer, this is not the Duna Constellation, and in this case we don't have to bother with this. We just can go right away for the landing, and then I'm excited how much science I will return. Maybe I have enough science, but no, I don't think so that I have about 1,000 science in my capsule so that I can finish my tech tree. But we will see. We will see once we recover the vessel. And speaking about we will see, what have we done so far? Our Kerbin apoapsis is going down. So this is very good, but I don't think this was as efficient as the Duna arrival. The Duna arrival had only almost done a circularization of its orbit. In this case we are going still straight way out, but this is still okay for us. And let's see, we are almost out of the atmosphere. And then I think on the highest point of my apoapsis, at my apoapsis, I will do the re-entry burn maybe. Or will I do it when I'm coming closer to Kerbin, so that I can adjust a little bit better or see a little bit better where I will come down? I think I will do it on my way back, so that we can maybe have a landing somewhere here in the daylight. This would be really amazing. And we are almost out of the atmosphere. In a short amount of time we can even do the real-time warp, so I will just wait for it, and then I will deploy my solar panels so that we are not running out of energy. And here, let me do this. Extend panel and extend panels. Okay, very good. Henler has returned back to Kerbin. Very nice, very nice. So let us now do a bit of a time warp, so that we are getting out in the sunlight. Like here, very good. Very good. And we are going straight out, and when we are falling back, I think I will do my change in my trajectory, so that we are able to splash down. Oh, it's pretty far way out. Kerbin gets really small, well, not really small, but it gets much smaller. And now we are coming back. Let me just see. Oh, I think we are at this point coming directly over the continent. But I think this could be okay. I think we can still do this. So what do we need to do in 4 minutes when we need to burn? How much do we need to do of a burn? I said I want to land in the daylight. A very high burn. Okay, let me just aim for the maneuver node, and I will do a burn as long as I can with my leftover fuel. And yeah, maybe I should have done this at the Kerbin apoapsis. It would be more efficient, but I think it's alright. We have enough fuel, or we don't need fuel anymore. So in this case, let me just do the burn right here, and we will burn until we are running out of fuel, I guess. And then we will see what we have done so far with this burn. And we are out of fuel, so what have we done? We are coming down over there, so I think this is good enough. This is good enough for us to have a good landing. So let me now speed up in time. And Henler is smiling. He knows that he is now returning back after his exciting mission up to Eve and his rendezvous with the Moho research probe. Well, we don't need our solar panels anymore, but I will just retract them so that they are not disintegrating right away, and maybe hit impact on the capsule and destroy it. Well, I know it can't be happening in Kerbal Space Program, but roleplay-wise, I don't want to let them hit my capsule and damage my capsule and risk the life of Henler Kerman. And in this case, I will be better safe than sorry. And yeah, so this is the goal. And we are definitely impacting, and maybe we have even a splashdown directly between these two continents. Are these two continents? No, it's more of a huge gap, or of a bay, a huge bay between in the continent. So let me separate from my section. We don't need it anymore. We just need only our capsule to return. And let us speed up a little bit the process. And there we should have, now we have our re-entry effects. Henler is definitely coming back home, so I hope he is happy about this. Yeah, we can see, oh, this is an exciting view. Oh, I hope you're not getting dizzy. I hope you're not getting dizzy by this. But this is again an exciting view. And we are dropping back home. We are still pretty fast, and we will have our splashdown. This is amazing. This is really amazing. Henler, why you're now scared? You have just made it. You're just before arriving at and having your splashdown and returning your capsule back to Kerbin after your voyage up to Eve. And this is also pretty amazing. So. And again, below 5,000 meters, I will pop the parachute, like I do now, and disable SAS. We don't need it anymore. So we are now. You're still scared. Why you're still scared? You just see the sky right now when you're looking out of your window, but everything looks nominal, so there shouldn't be a problem for you. Everything is okay for you. Everything is okay. And yeah, so we have our next landing and our next return of an interplanetary mission, which is pretty cool. And yeah, this was the ending of our... Okay, and the parachutes have opened fully, and we can now speed up in time so that we don't need to endure the whole last meters of descending on the parachute. And now he's smiling, now he's happy. He's happy that he is returning back home. And yeah, let me slow down for the last few meters to have the splashdown. And come on, we are back. Yes, we are back home. Oh, he is looking right down to the surface. What do we see when we are looking out? We don't see much. Okay. Yeah, so Henler has returned. Henler is happy. And now we can recover the vessel. And 14 experiments recovered. Wow, 1610 signs, so we can finish the tech tree. I can't believe this is amazing. Okay, and only material study and goo observation. Oh, and also gravity scans and temperature scans. So we have while high space over Eve, while near Eve. Then we have near Eve, we have material study. While in space near Moho, 200 signs for near Moho. How much material study near Eve? Only 175 signs, and material study near Moho, 200 signs, so 25 signs more for being at Moho. This is interesting. And compared to other sciences, material study while in high space, no, mystery goo in space, high over Eve, mystery goo while in space near, high over Moho, 80 signs to 70 signs. Okay, Eve is a little bit less important or less interesting than Moho, but this is still a very good outcome. 1610 signs, amazing. And recovery of a vessel return from the orbit around Eve, 40 signs, also not bad, not bad at all. So, done, very good. Okay, let's finish the tech tree, We can now unlock the heavy aerodynamics. Advances in construction technology enabled new breakthrough in aerospace materials. Okay, let's research these parts, and then we can have wheel technology is just rolling along now. You could even say our engineers are on a roll with it. Okay, we are on a roll with it. And no, we don't have anything more to research, and we still have 756 science, and we will have even more science once our dress probe and once the Joule mission will return. So a lot of science. Maybe if they implement something in the future, we can unlock it right away, like the grappling hook or the advanced grabbing unit, which was implemented in the last patch. So we can unlock it right away because we have some more science ready. And now let's go again to the science archive. So now we have some science return from Moho. We have some science return from Eve. Gilly is still missing. Oh, there are 256. Wow. And how many do we have? 16 out of 200. Wow, so many reports are able on... Or is these 256, is this the whole amount I've done in total? I'm not quite sure. I think this is the total. This doesn't count for Gilly. Okay. So we have Kerbin, we have some of the Moon, we have some of Minmus, we have some of Duna, we have some of Ike. Dress, we have some, but we haven't returned them. And Joule, we have some, and we have some transmitted back home, but others are still on the voyage. And all the moons of Joule are still open, and Ilo is also still open, but we are going up to Ilo. So we will have at least from each planet some information, and we have some crew reports from the sun. This is also pretty amazing. So yeah, we have done a lot of things. We have really done a lot of things, and we still have some science over, and this is pretty interesting. And here, with this unlocking of the tech tree and finishing of the tech tree, I like to end also, or I like to finish also this episode. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this, and in the next episode we will see what will happen then. So yeah, thank you so much again, and I hopefully will see you again in the next episode. Until then, my name is Abby. See you.